ELTE, I found a big diversity of subjects, and both physical and theoretical and practical, and it's just, I really felt that I would find myself there and find things that I can develop for and build a base for my future, and ELTE ticked all of these boxes for me.
This is kindergarten education program, which is preschool teacher training program, basically the only one on ELTE. We train our students for caretaking, education and teaching of children between the age of 3 and 7. We teach them how to understand their behavior, how to follow their development, catch the signs of probably different developmental pathways, and also we teach them how to educate these children and how to support their play.
One of our main profile is play-based education, which is something that has gained a lot of attention internationally these days. It's a unique feature of Hungarian preschool education, has always been a unique feature, and that's what we specialize in.
While I was reading about the other countries, I read about Hungary, and it said a lot of courses inside, so I was reading the courses or what I'm going to take, and a lot of them mentioned things like literature, free play, things that, to be honest, I've never heard about. We have the basics of literature, and then we also have psychology, pedagogy, issues of history, social behaviors, and then you also go into PE, music, art. You're really taking the whole picture of it. You're understanding the concept of how to teach the child and how to help the child acquire their whole knowledge through all subjects. So, and my favorite, to be honest, is the children's literature one. It really shows the importance of stories within the children's. But imagine having like the power to give the child everything they need through a storybook. It's just amazing.
The Kodály concept is once again another thing that's very special in Hungary, and that they receive quite a lot of classes in singing and in music, and have to learn, for example, how to play a recorder. As part of that, they're expected to be able to perform simple songs with children. And visual arts is another very important part.
I picked kindergarten education because my inner talent is caring for children. I've been working in a summer camp for 14 years. That was the basics. Educating children is one of the most humble things that one can do.
We like to have small groups of students because we're very practice-oriented, which means we're hands-on. In class, you won't probably be sitting there listening. We do have lecture classes, but for most of our lessons, our students are actually doing. They're performing the methods, and they are participating in the class actively.
In the first 5 semesters, they are on individual practices for 1 week, and they also have group practices when they observe each other from the 2nd to the 5th semester. And at the end of their studies, on the 6th semester, they go for a whole comprehensive 8-week-long practice where they are staff members in that specific kindergarten. Usually we work with international kindergartens or bilingual kindergartens where the language can be English and they do everything in English.
Each semester you get to plan a new subject for yourself, but in the very first semester, don't worry, you start by observing. So there's a lot of observations, and you get to see how the teacher communicates, how the children react, and once you've settled in the first semester, by the 2nd semester they split our subjects over the course, and each semester you get to learn how to create a lesson plan and how to guide a lesson or an activity. I mean, and so far I've learned how to do a PE lesson plan, a music lesson plan, also how to make your own story and just create it and actually do it with the children yourself.
This faculty feels like a big family because there's not so many people. The institution itself is not like a huge building.
We know all of our students. We have an open door policy. 3 or the 4 years that our students attend our faculty, we end up having a very personal relationship with them.
It is a very good experience to have them together, and in many cases we also have Erasmus students joining us for a few semesters, and we can share many different types of experience regarding the educational systems of different countries, and they can also make friendships, and we teach each other. I really appreciate the Hungarian system of kindergarten education. I'm dedicated to it, but it's very interesting to learn from international students how they grew up as kindergarten-age children or how their system works.
We are preparing our kindergarten education students to take up a position in an international environment. It's really important that already at the very beginning they're in an international environment in our classroom. It makes for a multicultural environment. It means that they get to experience what it is like to have many cultures and languages around them from the very beginning. And also the great advantage is that because they have speakers there who don't know Hungarian, they're forced to learn English, and they're forced to use English throughout their entire day. Even though we're a small faculty, we are very internationally connected with a lot of different faculties within Austria as well, Germany, so around all of Europe. And we have more and more connections, for example, with Malaysia, with Georgia.
I have some information about my students who stayed here in Hungary. A few of them started to work in international kindergartens here in Budapest. Some of them decided to follow on master level, for example, in other countries.
We have had, for example, our students from China one of them has gone on to Hong Kong and has done a master's degree in Hong Kong, and now she's doing a PhD. We also have another Chinese student who's at the University of Bristol in England and is doing her master's degree. And we've also had many students who've gone on and are already working in international preschools. Ideal candidates for this program are candidates who are willing to work very hard. It's very intensive. We expect our students to be present in class, and they have to be here, so it's a commitment. We are looking for students who have curiosity and who are very open to working with small children.
And also someone who feels the responsibility to be able to actually educate children.
And to like to learn how to teach in a play-based curriculum and play-based teaching, because kindergarten is much more about play and studying, not just studying.
So if you like children and if you feel that you have a lot of patience and a lot of selflessness, then this program is for you. Of course, you need to work hard. I mean, you always have to work hard anywhere, but I promise you, when you work hard here, it's worth it, and you both love yourself and you give love back to the children.
I think coming here is a really unique experience. I encourage everyone to do it.